Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. What's going on? What's going on? Another day in the markets today, kicking off a new week. It is Monday, September 23rd, 2019. Let's get into it. So, what did we see last week in the market? SPY actually just ended up dumping out on Friday, going into pretty much right at the bell, losing that 300 level pre-market, and then just could not fight back all day and actually ended up just dumping right at the bell and just, pretty much late morning, early afternoon, pretty much consolidated, but pretty much putting in lower highs and lower lows all day going into the close. Some more selling pressure after hours. We're seeing a little bit of buying pre-market, but we've seen that before. Right now it's trading at 298. That being said, we've seen this dance before. Once it cracks 300, cannot sustain that level, and it's end up losing that battle, and it's putting some more shares onto the market, and that's what we're seeing so far. So as we saw on Friday pre-market, that's what we got going on going into today's session. Could be an interesting day. There's a lot of securities that ended up selling off clearly with the market, and so that provides opportunities for some solid value buying. Obviously, that being said, prices can always go lower, but a lot of securities are sitting in their buy zone, pretty strong support long term. So, if you look at the market that way, and the trend's pushing higher, at least right at the bell, you should be able to see some higher prices and some nice opportunity to scoop up some shares long term. So we got 5 going into our watch list. We're going to kick it off with Disney. Disney sold off just north of a point on Friday. It is sitting in that buy zone with pretty strong support on the daily. So we're going to be bullish on Disney going into today's session. But again, it's going to have to prove to us that the trend is bullish, and putting in higher highs and higher lows at pullbacks at least needs to solidify the fact that it's going to hold these new levels. So if that's the case, and we'll end up being bullish on Disney going into today's session. MDB closed just south of a half point. It's been selling off quite hard as of late, but again, it's sitting on that pretty strong support level even back from March. You got the 200-day sitting underneath as well. That's been pushing higher highs and higher lows. It's right kind of in the middle between the 50 and the 200, but obviously when this moves nicely. Didn't have too much of a big day on Friday, so that usually falls with kind of a stronger next day of trading session. So, we're going to be bullish on MDB, and again, it's going to have to prove to us that it's going to hold VWAP above, and then if that's the case, then we'll enjoy it right to the upside. Next up, got NVDA, closed just north of 4 points. So again, sitting on that strong support on the hourly and the daily. You have the 50-day moving average below it, so we think that it's going to start pushing higher highs and higher lows. We can probably see it trading in the channel. So again, a lot of opportunity in these levels that it's been holding for quite some time. So if that's the case, then obviously you're going to mitigate to the north side. And of course, Roku. Roku has to be on the list. It's just got demolished past week, as you can see from its multi-week run, multi-month run actually, and just pretty much dumped out back to back to back. Friday was another just shit show, finding support at that 103.84, which was the high of the previous gap in the beginning of August. And obviously, a lot of buyers stepped in and scooping up shares. You had a little action after hours, pre-market pushing higher as well. So we're going to see obviously if this is going to continue higher. I mean, could prices go lower? Obviously they can. No one thought it was going to go this low, but at the end of the day, does it deserve these levels? That's an argument. That's definitely an argument on both sides. Clearly, getting close to that 200 price level was probably a bit overextended, as clearly the market felt that way. But does it belong down here? Probably not. So look for maybe higher highs, maybe to that 120-ish, 130-ish level, and so there's plenty of room, plenty of meat on the bone to enjoy it to the north side. We're gonna wrap it up here with Netflix. Netflix, as you can see, just had a shitty day on Friday as well. Closed down just south of 16 points. We got it breached our target already. We got a second target 260. So technically it can definitely sell off obviously some more. We don't see anything as far as it putting in higher highs and higher lows, although on the 15 minutes you can see starting to put that curl in, but again, we've seen it before. So until it's crystal clear, it's definitely holding the above VWAP, then we're going to be bearish on Netflix for today's session. So that's it, guys. That's what we got. We got 5 going into today's trading session Monday. And as always, just be patient. I mean, there's plenty of time for the market to run during the day, so there's no rush. Definitely no rush. We're gonna wait for a trend to print, and once our security is setting up, then we're gonna step in and do what we do. So as always, guys, just be patient. Be patient with your price. Be patient with setup. And as always, respect your stops, guys. All right, listen, have a great day in the market. Any questions, reach out to us. All right,